Welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of Journey into Witchcraft, where we explore the stars, the shadows, and everything in between. I'm your host, Lorena Freya, here to guide you on a mystical journey of self discovery and spiritual growth. Today, we're diving deep into a celestial event that offers a profound opportunity for personal transformation, the solar eclipse in Libra. Now, if you've been feeling an inner pull to examine the balance in your life, whether in relationships, your sense of justice, or even the harmony within yourself, this episode is for you. Libra's energy encourages us to seek equilibrium in all things. It's a time to reflect on where we've been, how we relate to others, and what we need to do to realign our inner scales. With the solar eclipse amplifying these themes, we're entering a powerful moment of reflection and growth. Together, we'll explore how to harness this energy to embrace both the light and shadow within ourselves and ultimately find balance in our lives. Stick around because at the end of this episode, I'll be pulling a special tarot card or offering an affirmation, both centered on balance and self love, to guide you through this transformative period. But before we dive in, just a quick announcement. If you're looking for a little extra insight into your journey, I'll be offering a tarot card pull specifically aligned with this eclipse energy. So stay tuned until the end to find out what the universe has in store for us. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a solar eclipse, and why is it such a potent astrological event? In astrology, a solar eclipse occurs when a new moon, during a new moon, when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, temporarily blocking the sun's light. It's a moment when the cosmos invite us to pause, reflect, and plant the seeds for transformation. Solar eclipses are like supercharged new moons. They amplify the energy of new beginnings and profound change. But this isn't just any eclipse, it's happening in the sign of Libra. And Libra, as many of you may know, is a sign of balance, harmony, relationships, and justice. Represented by the scales, Libra encourages us to seek equilibrium in all areas of life. It's a sign that's deeply connected to how we relate to others, how we maintain fairness, and how we cultivate beauty and peace in our lives. When a solar eclipse occurs in Libra, we're being asked to take a hard look at where our relationships may be out of balance. These relationships aren't just romantic, they include familial bonds, friendships, and even the relationship we have with ourselves. During this time, imbalances that we may have been ignoring could rise to the surface, pushing us to address them head on. It's a cosmic wake-up call, asking us to evaluate where we might be overgiving, under-receiving, or neglecting our own needs in favor of others. This eclipse is also about justice and fairness, not just externally, but internally. Are we being fair to ourselves? Are we prioritizing our own well-being? Or are we constantly putting ourselves last? The scales of Libra don't just balance our interactions with others, they remind us to balance our inner and outer worlds, our spiritual and physical selves. Now, I want you to take a moment to think about your life. Where do you feel that pull for balance? Is it your romantic life, your friendships, or maybe even your work-life balance? These are the areas that the solar eclipse in Libra is shining a light on. And it's an invitation for us to reflect and realign. Let's also talk about the idea of balancing the shadows. Eclipses are known for stirring up our inner shadows, those aspects of ourselves we may not always want to face. But in order to grow, we must integrate these parts of ourselves. This is where Libra's energy really shines. Libra doesn't shy away from the difficult aspects of life. Instead, it seeks to harmonize them, to bring light to the shadow and create balance where there was once chaos. The solar eclipse in Libra is urging us to do this work, to look at our relationships, our inner world, and even our unresolved emotions and find a way to integrate them into a balanced whole. This doesn't mean everything will be perfect, but it does mean that we can begin to see where we need to shift, where we need to let go, and where we need to give more attention. Think about where you feel imbalance in your life. Where are you giving too much and receiving too little? Where do you need to establish more harmony with yourself and others? Now that we've laid the foundation of what this solar eclipse in Libra is all about, let's dive into a powerful practice that perfectly aligns with this transformative energy: shadow work. If you've been with me for a while, you've probably heard me mention shadow work before. But for those of you who are newer to the practice, let's break it down a bit. Shadow work at its core is about exploring the hidden parts of ourselves, the emotions, patterns, and behaviors that we might suppress or ignore because they're too uncomfortable or painful to face. These shadows often stem from unresolved experiences, fears, or limiting beliefs that we've buried deep within us. But just because we hide them doesn't mean they go away. In fact, they often show up in subtle ways, influencing our decisions, our relationships, and our overall sense of well being. Eclipses, especially solar eclipses, have a way of pulling those hidden aspects into the light. They create an opening for us to confront our shadows and begin the healing process. And with the eclipse happening in Libra, this shadow work is directly related to balance, both in our relationships and within ourselves. I know the idea of shadow work can sound intimidating. After all, who really wants to face their deepest fears or unhealed wounds? But I promise you, this is where true transformation happens. By acknowledging and integrating your shadow, you're not just healing, you're growing. You're making space for more light, more love, more balance in your life. So, how can we begin to use the solar eclipse energy to embrace our shadows? First, we need to identify the areas of our lives where we feel out of balance. Is there a relationship in your life that feels strained or one sided? Are you constantly giving without receiving? Or maybe you're the one struggling to maintain healthy boundaries. This eclipse is inviting us to reflect on these dynamics and do the inner work necessary to bring them into harmony. And let's not forget the internal imbalances. Are you being kind to yourself, or is your inner dialogue full of criticism and self doubt? Libra's energy asks us to extend the same compassion we offer others to ourselves. Shadow work during an eclipse isn't about judgment, it's about awareness and acceptance. It's about bringing these hidden aspects into the light so that we can begin to heal and restore balance. Let me give you a few examples of how this might play out during the eclipse. You may find that certain relationships come under pressure during this time. Maybe an argument surfaces, or you notice a pattern or behavior that you've been ignoring. This is the shadow revealing itself. Instead of pushing it back down or trying to avoid it, take a moment to sit with the discomfort. Ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? Where do I need to set clear boundaries? Or where do I need to show more compassion? In other cases, you might experience personal revelations about yourself. Perhaps old wounds or insecurities rise to the surface. This is your opportunity to confront those feelings head on. Remember, Libra's energy is about fairness and balance. That includes how you treat yourself. Instead of getting stuck in self blame or guilt, practice self compassion. Understand that these shadows are part of your journey, and they're showing up now because you're ready to heal them. The energy of the solar eclipse in Libra can feel intense, but it's also incredibly cleansing. It's like a cosmic reset button, pushing us to clear out what's no longer serving us and realign with what will help us grow. I want to encourage you to approach this time with gentleness. Shadow work is deep and often emotional, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small. Reflect on one area of your life that feels out of balance and ask yourself what needs to shift. You might want to journal about it, meditate, or even talk it through with someone you trust. The important thing is to stay open to what comes up and trust that the process, while challenging, is ultimately for your highest good. The solar eclipse in Libra is a reminder that balance isn't about perfection. It's about finding harmony between the light and the shadow, between the external world and our inner selves. And when we do that, we're not just creating balance, we're creating space for transformation. Now that we've explored the importance of balance and shadow work during this solar eclipse in Libra, it's time to put those insights into practice with a guided meditation. This meditation is designed to help you manifest balance in your life, bringing harmony to both your inner world and your relationships with others. Before we begin, I want to invite you to find a comfortable space where you won't be disturbed for the next few minutes. Sit or lie down in a position that feels good to you. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Let go of any tension in your body. As you breathe in, imagine filling yourself with peace and light. As you breathe out, release any stress or worries you might be holding on to. Let this time be just for you. Now, as you settle into this space of calm, I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of a large, beautiful set of scales, the scales of Libra. These scales represent the balance in your life. Take a moment to observe them. What do you notice? Are the scales tipped in one direction? Is one side heavier than the other? Allow yourself to witness this without judgment. Simply acknowledge where the balance in your life might be off. Now, on one side of the scale, visualize all the areas of your life where you've been giving. Your relationships, your work, your responsibilities. See how they pile up on one side of the scale. On the other side, visualize the areas where you receive, where you nurture yourself, where you allow others to support you, where you experience joy and rest. How does this side of the scale look? Is it lighter? Is it balanced with the other side? As you observe these scales, begin to set the intention to bring more harmony into your life. With each breath, imagine the scales slowly leveling out, becoming balanced. Picture yourself giving and receiving in equal measure, creating a life where you honor both your commitments to others and your commitment to yourself. Now, let's deepen this balance by focusing on your heart space. Imagine a golden light glowing at the center of your chest, representing love and harmony. With each breath, this light grows brighter, expanding outwards. As it fills your body, see it bringing balance to every part of your being, from your mind to your heart, from your body to your spirit. Feel this golden light move to the scales in front of you, gently adjusting them, bringing them into perfect balance. You are in harmony with yourself. You are in harmony with the world around you. With each breath, you affirm that you deserve this balance, that you are worthy of receiving just as much as you give. As we prepare to bring this meditation to a close, take a moment to set a personal intention for the solar eclipse in Libra. What areas of your life do you want to bring into balance? Where can you create more harmony? Hold that intention in your heart, knowing that this eclipse is supporting you in your journey toward alignment and growth. Now slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently open your eyes. Remember, you can return to this place of balance and harmony anytime you need it. Now that you've had a moment to reflect and meditate on balance, let's dive into some practical tools to help you navigate the solar eclipse and Libra energy. The eclipse is a powerful time, and while it can bring intense emotions and revelations, it also offers a beautiful opportunity for growth and realignment. I want to share a few simple yet effective tools and practices that you can use to ground yourself and make the most of this transformative time. First, let's talk about journaling. One of the best ways to process your thoughts and emotions during an eclipse is by writing them down. Here are a couple of journaling prompts to help you tap into the energy of balance and reflection. Where in my life do I feel out of balance? And what steps can I take to restore harmony? What relationships or areas in my life need more boundaries or clarity? What parts of my shadow am I ready to acknowledge and embrace? These prompts will help you reflect on the areas of your life that the eclipse may be highlighting. Take your time with them and allow yourself to write freely without judgment. Another powerful tool during this time is incorporating rituals that focus on grounding and balance. A simple yet effective ritual involves lighting a candle. I recommend using colors associated with Libra energy, like light blue or soft pink, and setting an intention for balance and harmony. You can also place crystals like rose quartz, which promotes self love and healing, or selenite, which helps cleanse and balance energy around your candle. As the candle burns, visualize yourself bringing balance into the areas of your life that need it. If you're feeling particularly ungrounded during this eclipse, try spending a few moments outside, connecting with nature. Walking barefoot on the earth or sitting under a tree can help ground your energy and bring a sense of calm. And let's not forget about self love during this eclipse. Libra energy encourages us to nurture our relationships, but it's just as important to nurture the relationship we have with ourselves. This is a great time to practice self care, whether it's through a relaxing bath, reading a favorite book, or simply taking time to rest. Remember, finding balance also means giving yourself permission to slow down and recharge. Lastly, as you navigate this eclipse, be mindful of setting boundaries in your relationships. If you've noticed that you're giving too much or not receiving enough, this is the perfect time to recalibrate. Don't be afraid to express your needs and establish healthy boundaries. This is key to maintaining balance in both your personal and external worlds. One of the greatest lessons the solar eclipse in Libra brings is a reminder that balance is an ongoing process. It's not something we achieve and then forget about. It's something we continuously nurture and maintain. Whether you're journaling, lighting candles, practicing self care, or setting boundaries, trust that this eclipse is guiding you toward a deeper sense of harmony and alignment. Embrace the changes, trust the process, know that you are supported every step of the way. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to take a moment to reflect on the journey we've shared. We've explored the profound energy of the solar eclipse in Libra, the importance of balance in our relationships and within ourselves, and the transformative power of shadow work. Remember, eclipses are powerful catalysts for change, and this one is asking us to embrace both the light and the shadows in our lives. It's a time for deep self reflection, setting intentions, and creating harmony in all aspects of our being. Before we go, I promised you a special tarot card pull centered on balance and self love. Today's card is the Two of Cups, a beautiful reminder of partnership, harmony, and balanced exchanges in our relationships, not just with others, but also with ourselves. Let this card inspire you to nurture the connections that lift you up and to find balance in giving and receiving love. And now I have something excited to share with all of you. To celebrate the solar eclipse in this transformative time, I'm offering a free tarot reading to one lucky listener. To enter the giveaway, simply subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Share this episode on your social media and tag us using the hashtag Journey into Witchcraft. Let us know how you're harnessing the energy of the eclipse, and I can't wait to see all of your insights. Make sure to follow us on social media for more updates and spiritual content. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all linked in the show notes. Plus, if you've enjoyed today's episode, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could leave a review on Spotify or your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps me keep sharing the cosmic wisdom with all of you. And before I go, let me give you a sneak peek at some exciting upcoming episodes. On October 2nd, we'll have a mini episode called Tarot for Clarity, a spread for eclipse energy, where I'll walk you through a special tarot spread to help you navigate the eclipse energy with clarity. Then on October 9th, join me for a full episode titled Jupiter's Retrograde Wisdom and Pluto's Direct Power, a Cosmic Rebirth, where we'll explore how these planetary movements can guide us through transformation. There's so much more to come, including a mini episode on October 11th, focusing on shadow work titled Facing the Darkness, a Beginner's Guide to Shadow Work. Be sure to mark your calendars for October 31st for a very special episode titled Samhain Magic, honoring ancestors and embracing the veil's thinning, just in time for the sacred Samhain celebrations. I've got a magical month ahead, and I can't wait to dive into all these celestial insights with you. Thank you so much for joining me today on Journey into Witchcraft. I'm sending you all love, light, and balance as you navigate this eclipse energy. Don't forget to take some time for yourself, embrace the changes, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Till next time, stay magical.